Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well. Originally, I had Something Other by Lil Yachty planned for today, but I was struggling to find this somewhere online to listen to the album or we even get a physical copy of. So I decided to make a slight change for today and look at Back in Black by AC/DC. I figured I'd take a look at this album as it seems such like a classic and iconic album, and the album celebrates its 45th anniversary this year. I feel the album has made such an impact, especially with the group, as I feel they weren't really sure what to do after the passing of Bon Scott, who was original lead singer of AC/DC. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into this. This is the band's seventh studio album that was released on July 25th, 1980. This was the band's first album to feature Brian Johnson as the lead singer, as Bon Scott passed away in February 1980 from alcohol poisoning. The band intended to do a follow up after the success of their 1979 album, Highway to Hell, but with the death of Bon Scott, the members were considering disbanding until they decided to continue on and recruit Brian Johnson as their lead singer. He had previously been the lead singer for Geordie. Friends and family of Bon Scott encouraged the band to continue on and try to find someone for the band. Soon after, the band would hold auditions with Robert John Muttlange bring in Brian Johnson, who would impress the band. After his audition, the band would carry on with the rest of the auditions in the days to come, and soon would get back to Johnson. The album has a runtime of about 42 minutes and contains 4 singles. They are You Shook Me All Night Long, Hell's Bells, Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution, and Back in Black. The album was composed by the brothers Angus and Malcolm Young. The album cover was designed as a sign of mourning for Bon Scott. There has been some controversy about the lyrics over the years. It is thought that Bon Scott had written some of the lyrics on the album before his passing, and he was uncredited for those lyrics when the album was released. It has been said by some of the members of the group and even some people from the record company saying that Brian Johnson was the main writer of the tracks. To this day, the official credits remain as the Young Brothers and Johnson. Now, let's go ahead and hop into the tracks. We start the album off with Hell's Bells. I feel this is a great track to start the album off with. I love the instrumental introduction on the track, which takes about a minute and a half before the first verse comes in. I love how the track starts off with the bell before eventually coming in with the guitars and drums. The first verse is a reference to when the album was starting to be written, as a hurricane had come through where the band was at when writing and recording the album. The track is in reference to Bon Scott. I also feel the track is about trying to live life the way he would like before your time is up. I didn't mind Shoots You Through. I love the guitar riff on this track. I felt the vocals were decent overall. I enjoyed the guitar solo on this track. Lyrically, I feel the track may be about sex and drugs, given some the undertone of the lyrics. I feel What Do You Do for Money Honey is a strong track. I enjoyed the vocals on the chorus. I didn't mind the verses. I felt the guitars on this track were enjoyable. Lyrically, I feel this track may be about prostitution. The overall theme seems to be about wondering what this woman does to make her money. I feel Let Me Put My Love Into You slows the tempo down a little bit as we reach the halfway point of the album, tracklist wise. I felt the vocals were decent on the track. Overall, we do get some sexual themes on this track. I also feel the track brings up how it feels to have a decent lifestyle with being famous. I feel the title track is still an enjoyable track. For sure, it has such an iconic riff that pretty much everyone can recognize instantly. I feel the track seems great with its riffs. I didn't really mind the vocals on this track. I feel You Shook Me All Night Long is another fun track. I love the riff of this track alongside the vocals. I love the lyrics on this track. The first few lines of this track are in reference to Brian Johnson giving up on music to start an auto repair shop. The opening lines are also a reference to female anatomy. I feel it's a decent track still to this day. I didn't really mind the guitar solo on this track. I feel Have a Drink on Me is a fun track. I feel the track is in reference to Bon Scott and how he used to drink. Aside from that, I feel the track is about having a good time with whoever you may be with and not worrying about anything else. You want to stay focused on the moment. I'll finish us off with Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. I feel this is a decent track to finish off the album. The track seems like a slow tempo track. What I find cool about this track is that the intro on this track is actually improvised by Brian Johnson. I feel the track is about how not all rock music is essentially heavy and has this feeling of getting in your face. It can have a tone like this track and essentially feel light in some way. I'd have to go with all 10 tracks as my favorite songs. I feel they're all unique in their own ways. Say, I'll be giving this a 5 out of 5. I feel this is still such a great album after 45 years of being released. It still seems like such an iconic album. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know this video may be a little longer than usual, but I feel with an album like this, I like to take a little more time and talk about it. But yeah, I know. As well, it all depends on how I'm feeling as well. Like, if I really want to sit and talk about something, that's why, some of my reviews may be longer. And if I feel there's not, really much to say about a certain song or album, I don't really go into, that great detail, kind of talking about it. So, yeah. Anyways, as usual, feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Next week, I'll be looking at Mountainhead by Everything. And yeah, that'll kick us off with our first album review of June 2025. So, yeah, I can't believe today's already the last Friday of May. So, hope you guys enjoy the last little bit of May while you still can. As this Sunday is June 1st, and I'll see you guys next time.